Hello again. So this time we're going to be talking about the academic skills or soft skills, how to communicate with your professors and colleagues in college, including your classmates. Academic skills are very important, and I'm glad that you have joined my video, and I'd like to thank you for committing to increasing your success in academic life. I will share with you basics that I learned over the years of pursuing academic career that I wish somebody taught me early on. It would have taken me a lot less time to accomplish my goals. How to reach your professor by email. When writing email, make sure you address your professors as Dr. Jane H., Dr. John H. if they have earned their doctorate, and Professor Jane H., Professor John H. if they haven't. Your email is a sample of academic writing, similar to submission to a peer-reviewed journal when you publish your research. If your request described in email is about academic assignment, such as it is described in syllabus, use the syllabus as your reference guide. Do not use emojis in professional emails. Yes, that means you. Do not address your professors as, hey, you, what's up? Keep in mind that professors earn their doctorates while you're still working on obtaining a master's or doctorate. So here's a sample. Dr. Jane H., Professor Jane H. Is it possible to ask you for an extension on the upcoming assignment? I understand that the deadline for this assignment is in 2 days. Unfortunately, I had an emergency which prevents me from finishing my assignment on time. You need to state the nature of emergency. Alexandra M., student in Methods and Materials course 2230. In cases when your professor is using separate system to schedule his or her or they, them appointments, use it to schedule all of your meetings with her, him, they, them. When your professor doesn't have a separate scheduling system, use an email to reach out. Use office hours scheduled for your course that are listed on your syllabus. If you have a time conflict, request another time well in advance. Provide several time options and be flexible. Request a meeting with professor first. Discuss everything in that meeting. When meeting is not possible, you need to write an email. Be very specific. Describe what the recommendation letter is for, as well as what the level studied for when you request a recommendation letter. Connect with professor during time when they are available. Indicate that you appreciate the time they have given you. Ask if professor can write a strong recommendation letter to support your application. Describe what the program of study is looking for and their candidates for admission. You will need to contact the program in advance to ask. Include the deadline for the letter. Make sure the deadline is not on the following day. Always indicate if matter is time sensitive. Time sensitive period should not be less than 2 weeks. When professor declines to write a recommendation letter, it is very important that you graciously accept if professor declines to write a letter. Do not burn the bridges. You need to thank the professor for considering to write it. Sometimes professor can provide valuable feedback despite not agreeing to writing recommendation letter. Always ask for feedback, at least to indicate that you value what they have to say. When speaking with your professors, you need to always refer to your professors as Dr. Jane H., Dr. John H. if they have earned their doctorate, or Professor Jane H., Professor John H. if they have not. Do so even if you're speaking with your classmates, so it becomes a habit. Keep in mind when speaking with your professors that you may be overheard by someone else so make sure you speak professionally at all times. Um, when you need when you're attending the conference, and most likely you are, your attire must be professional unless a conference has a participation components in dance or physical activity. Present yourself as if you were conducting or attending an interview. Gray colors, black and white colors, muted colors are best, as well as longer skirts of pants and jackets, long sleeves. Conference should not be considered as nowadays fronts. Try to keep in try to keep in mind that at each question you ask at the conference can lead to a potential position in research or in academia. Be mindful about what you ask and how you ask. Phrase all of your comments and questions in a professional but supportive format. Read all of the posters carefully, asking those who present them questions based on various relationships. This is your networking opportunity, so use it to the most. If possible, during conference, locate the leading researchers in your field and ask questions about research you have read for your coursework or outside of your courses. This may eventually lead to an admission to a doctoral program in the future if you're successful. Bonus example. The best question to ask is one leading the researcher to solve one of the problems he, she, they, them may be having in this research study. Ask a question during presentation at the conference. Best questions would be based on the body of work researcher has done prior to the current research study uh, that they present at the conference. Stay behind after the presentation. Ask if a researcher has a few more minutes for you. Ask leading questions about their work that could lead to your thesis work. If the researcher asks to see your data, only then show your work. You can also mention that you're working on a thesis and ask if they would be willing to take a look at it. Sometimes they simply ask. Write down every comment the researcher makes on your work. Thank them no matter how critical they may be. Many conferences, including ones led by American College of Sports Medicine, as an example, have presentations on topics related to your discipline. And attending such conferences will expand your network and inform your research as well as add to your interests. Multiple college programs, while not focusing on field of study directly, lead to careers in teaching and researching what you are interested in college. For example, program in applied physiology at Teachers College, Columbia University. Why is it important to maintain your contacts after graduation? Your classmates and your professors are your future resources for work, continued study, and maintaining contacts puts you on a short list to get those opportunities. At some point, you may need recommendation letters for continuing your education and references for work. And this would also allow you to build up your network. This is your source of support and advancement in your career, and I cannot emphasize how important that is. Part of being in academia is being part of the scientific community. Everyone knows everyone, and building rapport is important. How to negotiate the for work, college, and salary. It's possible to negotiate getting a job during an interview. You can also negotiate an entrance into college program is done well in advance of your application. Additionally, you can negotiate your future or current salary, and I will also tape the negotiating exercise in additional video. So take home concepts. Always, always conduct yourself professionally at all times. Always be punctual, be on time. If you're late, even for a minute, apologize. Make sure all of your communications follow basic academic writing, even if this is a text message to your colleague, professors, or classmates. Maintain good records of everything. It's crucial in college. Also, follow established guidelines, especially the syllabus. Syllabus should be considered the most important document in your academic life.